Hello. Today I would like to discuss something about the trunking on the Windows 11. And we'll be configuring something on the VMware ESXi and creating the distributed switch and other things. So standard switch creation is very important, very easier that you can do that quite easily, you know. So distributed switch creation, in the sense we require to have the trunking. Trunking is nothing but like multiple VLAN traffic has to go through the NIC. Okay. Network interface card required to, like transfer the multiple VLAN traffic at a simultaneously at the same time for that. What is the problem in Windows 11? Because I'm running the Windows 11 now. So Windows 11, the Intel card, whichever it has been there, the NIC, they removed the functionality of the creating the trunking and other things along. So this lab is for actually for the home lab only. If you are having the full-fledged, like completely set up and all, if you have that, then it would be an issue at all, because if you're having a real switch and other things, you can connect to the Cisco switch directly. You can create the trunking over there, 802.1q encapsulations, you can do that. A lot of things you can do that. But here, what we do here, like we have only the network interface card with us. So within that, we'd like to create the trunking and other things. Like, but in my laptop, I just have only one Ethernet interface. It means like RJ45, I can able to insert it on that. With that, I could not able to do, because I just require again the Cisco switch to connect to the outside and other things. So I just gone through this kind of, like searched in the Google, lot of a day or two I just spent on that. I couldn't find out any kind of, like the documents which has been giving me the proper help for to create the trunking on the NIC, which we are having it on the Windows 11 itself. Not to look for anything on the trunking on the outside or something. Means I would like to do the trunking here itself. And I would like to do some kind of a manipulations so that I can able to create the multiple VLAN traffics. And the multiple VLAN traffics are very much required for the distributed switch to work on in the VMware ESXi, right? VMware ESXi7 I'm just working on. And for the lab, I just created that, but it was not working. Like because the Intel has been stopped the support for creating the VLANs and trunks and other things are in the NICs on the Windows 11 like operating system or something. Windows 10, I didn't try that, but I'm just trying on Windows 11. So I thought I can create it on this. And I just find out this document, which has been creating like, so creating a multiple VLAN interfaces on Windows 10 and 11. It's saying, see, and you just go to this, like advanced tab on the network interface, network adapters, and create the value of that VLAN ID and other things. It never worked for me. It never worked. That is a problem. I just tried that a lot of things like that, like because I just have some 1 or 2 cards or something. So one card I just have that in Ethernet. So it didn't work. So then what I did, I just got to this kind of a solutions on this. So someone has written that VLAN ID and other things and all. It is another document. VMware Workstation is a VLAN aware software. Like, or one more thing which I have, that Microsoft document has been there. So how to create multiple VLANs on a Windows 11 Pro. Okay. Hyper-V will be doing that. Yeah. You see that. Where are they bringing it? Hyper-V we can do it. Yeah, definitely we can do that. But Hyper-V, I don't want that, because I am running on VMware ESXi, the VMware Workstation 17. So if I create that Hyper-V and I activate that Hyper-V, the Windows 11 doesn't allow me to create something on the VMware Workstation or something. It doesn't have the compatibility and other things. It will create a lot of problems. It doesn't work at all. So what I do, I just need not to configure the Hyper-V. And I still would like to do the, creating the trunking and creating the multiple VLANs, by configuring it in the VMware Workstation itself, because I installed that in the ESXi on the VMware Workstation. So what they're having, the third-party tools, they're having it. They just have some kind of help. They're saying that VMware Workstation Player, Advanced IP Scanner, Easy VLAN. These all didn't work at all for me. Then how to do that? If there is a necessity has been there. No? So even we can go for a VMware ESXi as well as we can go for an NSX itself. If we can create the multiple VLANs in the Windows 11 itself with an NIC which we have it. So ultimately, I find one solution for that: creating the MS LoopBack adapter. LoopBack adapter in the sense it is going to be the LoopBack adapter. This is a LoopBack adapter actually. I just renamed it like a trunk ESXi, but this is a LoopBack adapter. This is also a LoopBack adapter. Okay. If you just go to the properties, you see that automatically and other things and all. So don't assign any IP addresses and all for this. Just create the loopback adapter. Okay. This is one of the best solution which I found it on my own. It's saying not connected something. Loopback adapter we can create it on this. You see that. Say no internet. You can connect it on this like this. Guess you can see the screen also. Automatic DACP and everything has been given on this. But don't go by this. Just create the loopback adapter and just leave it as it is. As many as you want to create, you can create that. You know how to create the loopback adapter in Microsoft loopback adapter in the Windows 11. There are a lot of documents are available on the internet. You can just go and create it on this. After that, what we need to do? Just come back to the VMware Workstation. Okay. Come to the VMware Workstation and go to this virtual network editor. Go to this virtual network editor and make it like a change settings. I just say yes. And I just see what I did. I created a VMNet 5. Okay. I just created a VMNet 5. Let me take the pen. Just created a VMNet 5 and I bridged it to the Microsoft LoopBack adapter. And VMNet 7, I created it. Again, I'm like bridged it to the LoopBack adapter. As many as you want, you can create that. Because in VMware Workstation, we can create multiple adapters as well. So, but we need to map it out properly so that the thing is going to start working on this properly. Okay. So that is more important. So once you do this, then before starting this VMware ESXi and all, just attach this and properly map that VMNet 5 and VMNet 7 on the appropriate network loopback adapters and all this. Okay. Once you've done this, just go ahead and start that ESXi. And in the ESXi, I mapped this. You see, I mapped this VMNet 5. This VMNet 5 is nothing but MS LoopBack adapter, which is going to be there. So VMNet 5, let me show you that here. So these are all Ethernet 3. There is no address. See, this is 169 series will be coming up and there is no IP address has been assigned. So Ethernet 3, ESXi, ESXi2, another thing, CC 169, 169. These are all APIPA interfaces, IP addresses we know very clearly. So I don't need to explain this and all. All right. So once you've done this, then what need to be done? Okay, this is being attached. Means like a loopback adapter you created on the Windows 11 and you mapped it in the VMware Workstation under the network interfaces like that, network editor. And after that, you created the ESXi. Then in the ESXi, you mapped this VMNet adapters as the second one. The first one is for a management interface and other things. Okay, then what need to be done? We require to install GNS3. GNS3 is very much required because we require to have the, what do you say, .NET, .1Q, sorry. The .1Q network has to be created. This is a trunk, right? This is a trunk. This is a .1Q trunk. This .1Q trunk can be created by the Cisco because I just do a lot of with the Cisco, so I taken this Cisco L2 switch and I created the trunk on this one. Okay. On this trunk, we can run as many as interfaces we require. Means the VLAN configurations I'm telling that. So it is a very pretty simple configuration. Let me go to the configuration. I will show you. And this is the configurations on this. I'll show you that. Enable show run interface G00. Give a space. So this is what I did. You see that the configuration is very simple. So this G00 is connected to the trunk is connected to the Ethernet 2. Ethernet 3 it is connected. It is nothing but a trunk for us. It's an MS LoopBack adapter which has been pointing to the VMNet 5 adapter. That VMNet 5 adapter is connected to the ESXi, and the ESXi has been installed in the VMware Workstation, and the VMware Workstation is in the Windows 11. Windows 11 has got the MS LoopBack adapter has been created. So it is like a complete network which we made. So on this one, what I did that internet interface G00 I created that. In that one, I given only this .1 queue and switch port mode trunk. Rest all it is not required. Then afterwards, I just created the VLANs. Show VLAN. What are the VLANs I created? I created the 3 VLANs like 2, 20, 30, as many as you want. But these VLANs will appear in the VMware vCenter 7 because I'm running on vCenter 7. In the vCenter 7, we just need to create the distributed switch by doing the distributed port group. Port groups are nothing but the VLANs that you may be knowing that very clearly. But anyway, I just show you like the informations. What is a distributed virtual switch in the vSphere? VDS standard switch is created in the like ESXi itself, but distributed switch has been created in the vCenter. vCenter, when we create that will be populating into the all the ESXis which are mapped under the vCenter. It is very important, very simple thing. Everyone knows that, I guess. So distributing switch is available only if you have vSphere Enterprise Plus license. These are all blah blah things, 60 days period and all things. So distributed switch configuration, you go this. There are 2 ESXi hosts. It has been there. I also have the 2 ESXi hosts. Whenever we creating this new distributed switch here, give a name to this and selected the what is the version is going to talk to that and configuring the settings like this. So enable then port group need to be get created. This is what I was telling them. Port group is nothing but like we will be creating in the VLANs as well we want. Okay. Number of uplinks at 4 and it has been created now here. Adding ESXi host to the VMware distributed switch. Let me show it to you on my own example. Okay. So that will be easy for you. So here it is. So this is the D switch new. This is my vSphere client. This is a 7. I created the D switch new. That is a distributed switch for that. And when I go to that networks on this, there are 2 are created. There are 2 port groups I created. One is a 30 and 40. Okay. And the hosts which are connected is, there are 2. The second one is I didn't started. This is the second one ESXi. This is a first ESXi. In this first ESXi 7, my vCenter is running. And in the second one, this is the second one because I would like to show you the distributed switch, how does it working. So I created one. I'll start it in the next couple of minutes, no worries. So I created this distributed switch on this. The 2 hosts are configured on this and the ports which are getting mapped on this. So these are all the map. It is saying link down. Something is saying because the other one has been down. So it is these 2 networks, VMNIC1 and VMNIC1. This is from the first ESXi. This is the second ESXi. It is saying the link is up. So 2 ESXis are connected to this distributed switch and a 2 VLAN group I created, means a port group I created on this. So this port group, what I do, I will place the virtual machines in this one of the, the port group so that the VLAN has been created. Let's say VLAN 30 and VLAN 40, something like that, right? So I have the VLAN 30 here also. You see the VLAN 30 is here. So let me show you one diagram so you'll be having the clear understanding on this. You see VMNet 5. This is, sorry, let me take my pen again. Maybe it's a confusing, but you can even come back to me if you have any questions on this. So this is a VMware Workstation 17.x, which is running on Windows 11. ESXi1, ESXi2. There are two ESXis are running. Inside the ESXi1, vCenter 7 is running. That is connected to the VMNet 5. This is what our trunk, configured trunk. But VMNet 5 cannot be made as a trunk. It's not possible at all because, what do I say? Windows 11, Intel platform doesn't support the trunking and other things. So we just leave it as it is. Just create the MS LoopBack adapter, map it as like a VMNet 5 for this and just leave it. Same thing, I connected on the second also, VMNet 5. So this here, the L2 switch will make it as like a trunk. This is a trunk. Because the configuration making it is like a trunk. So whatever the VLAN port groups which we are creating, the port group PG30 and PG40, like that I just create that. Whenever I create it in the vCenter 7, this 30, 40, everything will be appearing on all the ESXis. That is what the concept of the distributed switch. You don't need to create it on the manually in each and every ESXi. Go there to the server and start creating all these things. Not required. What do? You will be creating it in the vCenter 7 so that it will be populating into all the ESXis which are mapped under the vCenter. So I configured that the two ESXi servers under the same like vCenter 7. So I create the port group 30, 40 and other things. So that wouldn't be a problem. And they are clearly working. So this is a diagram. You just see that this flow goes like this. This goes this, then it goes like this, then they can talk to each other on this one. So I created a server on this one, like a virtual machine I created on this ESXi7 1 and ESXi2 also like. So they were able to talk to each other. Because of the trunking has been possible. As many as VLANs I can create it here. Because of the trunking has been configured here. But we just need to map it out all the VLANs, whichever it has been there, as we configuring it on the vCenter server. So the mapping has to be done. Even it can do the inter-VLAN routing also. I don't want to go like much in detail to that. You wanted to do because why we are creating the VLANs? VLANs are created for multiple departments to get segregated properly on the on-premises or a data center level. So this is nothing but a data center only. So we're creating a small data center. So two ESXi servers are there. Under the two ESXi servers, there will be virtual machines will be created. Either the Linux servers, Windows servers will be created. Each and every Linux server, Windows server will be putting on, according to the department, it will be on the proper VLANs. So I just created the VLANs like VLAN 2, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, like that. So let us go back to the distributed switch again here. So this is the uplinks. When we create that, it will be coming up like this. So the link up to both are smashing. We need to create that. This VMNIC 1 is nothing but the VMNet 5. Please remember, the VMNet 5, I mapped it to the VMNIC 1 on this one. 25 is my ESXi first server. 27 is my ESXi second server. So both the servers are running with the same one. Like we can create it. We can even create the multiple VMNIC also. Accordingly, they mapped it to the MS LoopBack adapter, and we can configure that. Right. So those are all mapped now. Now let me go to the virtual machines. So currently this Linux one VLAN 30 something is running on this. I'm on this Linux one console. You can just see that IPA. IPA means it is an IP address showing. It will be showing that 10.30.1.2. That is the IP address which I assigned. The gateway, the VLAN 30 gateway is 10.30.1.1. So I should be able to ping it. It's okay. Don't go through the duplication now, because we are trying to try to redirect the traffic within our own network adapters itself. That's why it is giving the duplicate. Leave it out. So if I start the second ESXi, and I'll be I'll be configuring that, I'll be starting that second one server also, like is on the yes, this is a data store. which is on the, let me show you this host. Yeah, here. So this is the second. This is actually it is currently it has been down now. Let me try starting that server. Let me take some more time. Maybe let me see if it is starting. Getting started. Let's wait. So that's what I was saying. That so this is distributed switch creation in the Windows 11 itself without having the external switches. That is more important. I would like to take it like no external switches involved in this, no physical switch involved at all. And I created everything within the Windows 11 itself by just doing the manipulating the things like creating the MS LoopBack Adapter. It's here. MS LoopBack Adapter, I just created that. Okay. VMNet has been adapted, that has been bridged to the MS LoopBack adapters. That has been mapped to this cloud. When you go back to this GNS3 diagram, this cloud is nothing but that MS LoopBack adapter mapped. It's like this. So the configuration is simple, which I've shown you like the configurations as well. It's a very simple configuration. To run interface gig 00. This is the, and VLAN also we can say the VLAN 30 and the VLAN 20. You need to configure the VLANs like VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40 like that. After that, you just create the IP addresses for this. So this will be the like interface VLANs for that, so that we will be able to try talk to the gateway so that we can go outside on this. So this is like we are simulating the physical switch over here. Like that. Let me see whether it has been started now. Yes, it's still starting. May take up some more time because every other resource has been utilized so heavily here. So it has been started now. Let me go back to the console. May take up some time. It's saying not responding. Yeah, it's coming up. Now it's saying disconnected. Will take some more time because I just started that. So it has to say that it's online. Let me see here. Yeah, it is saying link is up. No. Let me check the settings here, the Linux 2. Edit settings. It has been configured properly to the DGroup 30. Right. In DGroup 30, how many VMs are there? 2 VMs are there. In Linux VLAN 30 and Linux VLAN 30. Still like this. Let me try starting it. Whether it is starting or not, let's see. It's coming up. Yes. Launch the web console. It's a YOS. Getting started. This is the YOS is nothing another one of the like the version of the Linux on this. It's a flavor. So commands are quite simple. It's easy to configure another thing, but because it doesn't take much memory and all like that's why I'm just using this one. So it's for like our troubleshooting and other environments for that, this OS will be working perfectly for us. It's starting. So basically what we done is nothing but MS LoopBack Adapter, which does the wonder for us, and map it out to the any one of the VMNet and just attach it to the ESXi host. Then very important thing, you need to configure the GNS3. Without GNS3, the trunking will not work, because the trunking has been done by the GNS3 Cisco switches only, the simulator. Otherwise, it's a problematic. Else, we require the physical switch need to get connected through the Ethernet adapter. You insert the cable and connect to the physical switch. There you do the trunking and VLAN and other configurations and all, so that you can able to create the distributed switch on the. It's taking a lot of time. Mounting YOS config done. Yes, that it's been doing. Taking some time, so we just need to wait for that, because everything is running in my own one PC, so it may take a lot of resources on this one. So please wait. Both are in same VLAN. I hope so, because I just configured in that way. We can even configure the second another VLANs also. So much time it's taking. It's by OS. My OS is the password. If config should be working. There we go. The IPs are not shown here. Second place. Yeah, okay. So I just configured that IP address is on this. So 10.30.1.3, that is what I configured here. You can just see that. Just see this. Let me take a pen. This one, this is the IP. And I try able to ping out that 10.30.1.1 from here, saying duplicate, something like that. Okay, so I can even ping my another other Linux server also, which is in the same subnet, 10.30.1. Right. Then I'll go back to that Linux, another one. Ping 10.30.1.3. It's working. So everything is working. What I'll just go back to this switch as well. I'll try to ping out this guys. 10.30.1.2. It's working. 30.3. It's working. So it is, the secret is nothing but like we just need to configure the L2 switch Cisco on the GNS3. Then as usual, I said that VMNet adapter mapped to the bridged to the MS LoopBack adapter on this one. So this is how we will be able to create the distributed switch on the VMware ESXi, right? Let me go back to that and I'll show you that. Yeah, this is what. So this D group 30 has been existing on the both of one. This is on a first server, this is on a second server. 31 and 32. It's been on the second server on this. We can even get it from here also, like so where they're actually existing. Yeah, this is in the second server, this is on the first server. 25 is a ESXi1, 27 is a ESXi2. In 25, the VLAN 30 Linux first server is running. Linux second server, which is running on the second ESXi2, that is running on this, and the distributor switch has been configured for both the servers, which is same one, like see, it's been configured in the vSphere client only. Here's a D switch new 30 I created, and 30 has been mapped under the host. For both the hosts, it has been mapped. So this is how we can able to create the distributed switch on the ESXi vSphere client by using the help of by using this GNS3 and other things and all. Hope this video must have been given you plenty of experience to you. And please come back to me if you have any like the problems if you face that. And I'll give it on the distribution. Sorry, I'll give it on the description side level. What is my contact number and the email address and other things. You can even watch me on the other videos as well on the YouTube channel as well on this. Okay. So you can, I'll give it on the distributor things. How the configuration is a very simple configuration, let's say, because we just seen it on this one, let's say. So here, how it has been configured on this, it's been shown. So if you'd like to get back to me on this one, I'll just give my number directly here. Let me write down. And my number is 8197400835. And my channel is like that. This is my YouTube channel. Okay. If this one you can able to come back to me on this. It'll be easier to configure that. Okay. Thank you for joining the sessions.